Today, North Carolina is poised to expand Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act. After that happens, there will only be 10 states left who have not taken the expansion. In a moment, we'll speak with North Carolina's governor. But first, NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns joins us from the state's capital of Raleigh. Dasha, it was the Republican majorities in the State House and Senate that negotiated and passed the expansion bill. Tell us how that might be a blueprint to get the remaining states on board.
Yeah, Mika, what we're talking about here today was virtually unimaginable 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. But over the course of the 13 years since the passage of the Affordable Care Act, Republicans have been going through a sort of evolution on the idea of Medicaid expansion under the law, a program that would allow those in the coverage gap to enroll in Medicaid. Now, look, some red states have expanded Medicaid, but they've implemented it through ballot measures after their legislatures refused to do so. So why this story in North Carolina is so important and why it could be a model for those other holdout states, those 10 states that still haven't done so, is because it is the Republican State House and Republican State Senate that passed this. By the way, it passed on the anniversary to the day of the passage of the Affordable Care Act. And this is something that Governor Roy Cooper has been pushing for years. So the question is, why now? Why is this happening, right? And there are a few things that have happened. The lawmakers we talked to say, first of all, they still say that this would not have worked back then. They say that they've changed the way Medicaid works in this state. The Biden administration has also offered a $1.7 billion incentive for those holdout states. And the other big factor, as you all may remember, for years, Republicans campaigned on the idea of repealing the Affordable Care Act. And so states didn't know whether this is something that would be in place or not if they expanded Medicaid. Now they've seen the Affordable Care Act remain in place under Democratic administrations, under Republican administrations, so they feel comfortable and confident that this is now the law of the land. They don't have to worry about it anymore. And so now they can move forward with the Medicaid expansion. Some of the lawmakers we talked to actually themselves campaigned against this just a few years ago. But here is why they changed their minds. Take a listen.
I needed to be convinced because I have historically opposed this. But when I saw that it looked like on the expanded covers that a lot of the folks who would really be able to get this are the folks who are working, who are trying, but who simply cannot afford insurance and do not otherwise qualify for coverage, I said, we need to do something about this.
I think when members saw how that would benefit, whether it's their district or the state, that also helped them realize economically this was a win-win for everybody.
Hearing from folks in my district was huge for me. I can tell you because I live in a very conservative district. I live in a very rural district in North Carolina. So to hear from my county commissioners that they have looked at this thing and they think it would be a good idea not only for their citizens but for the district, for the health care providers in our district, that was huge for me. I think it gave me the ability to support this with some enthusiasm.
Now, an estimated 600,000 people in the state are expected to be eligible, but important to note, this will not be firm until the state budget is passed. That's expected to happen in the summer. And one more big thing here, Mika, the evolution, not just of the Republican legislatures, of Republican lawmakers and policymakers, but also the Republican constituency over the years has become more working class, more blue collar, more folks that rely on Medicaid, Mika.
NBC's Dasha Burns, thank you very much.